Okay, I'm gonna skip the introduction to who I am and what everything like that is, and this is into reference of Naja Face's "I'm Cured" video. I understand what you're trying to do, and I know you're gonna probably get a lot of these eventually. People are gonna start. People are probably already have disagreed with you on this situation, and it would take a lot more than just a given amount of text for me to fully explain why I don't agree. And it's not a thing of not agreeing just because it's wrong. The words are just this, that, and third. It's just the basic way that the Filipino rapper, used it. He used, like you said, he didn't use the term nigga in a malicious way. He used it to describe himself, which is all well and good. He's not using a malicious term used against him and his people on himself. He's not calling himself a, trying to think, I guess, chink. He's not calling himself that. He's calling himself a nigga. And in his thought process and many other people's thoughts, the word nigga means somebody who doesn't give a damn. Somebody who just doesn't give a fuck. It's just, I'm a nigga and I don't care. That's their attitude. That's what they think, okay? And then if you get deeper into why does nigga mean what that means, you may get to a lot of other deep-seated, stereotypical, hateful ideas. They may not think of it like that, but when you allow them to start explaining it, it may come out to meaning some very malicious, evil, nasty things, even if they didn't mean it like that. We all know that what the word means is, I can go down to a full breakdown of what it means. Comes from the word Negro, comes from, means black in Spanish, and Spanish, all European languages come from Latin pretty much, and the Latin term for death was necro. Necro became, considered the Black Death, Black Plague, and so on and so forth. Negro, 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 nigga, nigga. It all comes down to this whole little thing. And people try to bring up, well, it originally meant king. Well, that was an entirely different term altogether. And that was discovered, I think, a lot later than the major usage of the word nigga was in place. I guess it was just somebody just trying to, doing like how we try to do a lot of things. Negative. We try to make it feel not really positive, but we try to take away the sting. And the whole premise, the whole idea of what you want to do is beautiful. Yeah, you take your word and you destroy it. But then, how many people are actually going to do that in other racial groups? I think we, as African colonized people throughout the world, we're used to taking so much bad, so we try to make everything look good instead of saying, we're going to create our own standards and we're going to tell you don't like our standards, get the hell on. Oriental people, think feudal Japan shut off themselves to the rest of the world. They shut Japan off completely to everybody else. Say, you know what? We don't want your influences. We don't want your ideas. We're going to get ourselves the way we want it to be. And then when they open the borders back up, they were like, oh, everybody doing all this. Let's do it too. But let's do it better than them. Let's make ourselves superior and these inferior specimens of people. Our people, on the other hand, have been for the last several hundred years trying to be on equal terms with everybody when other racial groups have been trying to get above. So, I guess when you really look at it, this is another just saying as far as the use of the word. We say, okay, you can say the word and make us feel bad. We're going to say the word and make ourselves feel good that you can't use it. And now you can use it if you're cool. I can't sit by and, you know, have, that's my own standard. It doesn't sicken me to hear the word when somebody else says it because a word is a word. A word can't hurt you unless you allow it to hurt you. The thing is, don't walk to me, any person of any other racial group, and like, what's up, my nigga? Because I am not your anything, let alone your nigga. And if you want to call yourself a nigga, you know, different people, different racial groups. Let's think about it in this context. If I walked up to you and said, "Oh, I'm a real cracker like you," or "I'm a real whatever," you would feel pretty much the same way I may feel. It's a good, hopeful step forward to feel cured of hearing the word, but in essence, it's nothing to really be cured from. In the same way you wouldn't want anybody talking bad about your mama or any of your people, that can be the same said for anybody saying a word that was used to discriminate against your people. Whether they're talking about you or not, they're still using it. Just my opinion.